Hi, welcome to another episode of Silver Fox Scotland. Now, I said at the end of the last video that there was one coming up that will boom, blow your mind. And this one will boom, blow your mind, because it really will. It absolutely, totally will. Now, back in 2023, Nicola Sturgeon, just out of the blue, resigned. She knew what was coming. She knew. I think it was a mixture of losing a court case. It was the Operation Branch form. It was the imminent arrest and all sorts of things. And so just bang, shocked everybody. Nobody was expecting it. And off she went, boom. And then her protege, the bestest ever, the brainy one, Humza Yousaf, came in and made a complete pig's ear of everything. It was failure after failure after failure. It was a failure to lead. It was looking after his wanky mates, literally, Moroccan knockers. And then eventually he had to go after such a Ferrari because he was so bad. Then they resurrected the corpse of John Swinney, pulled out the stake from the heart, put the blood of a virgin on his lips, and he arose from his coffin and took over. But he said just for a short while. It's already been a short while. He's now outstayed his welcome. They're looking now, of course, at Flynn, until Flynn screwed the pooch. I mean, quite literally, he wanted this. He pushed, and he ended up shit in the bed. And so he is unlikely now to be leader. It's not looking good for the SNP in terms of leadership. So, who are they looking now? And this is where it goes. Who do you think they're looking to come and lead the SNP, if not Flynn? Well, it appears that we're going to have the second coming. The Messiah. She has returned. She may have left office under a cloud, but she's coming back with a shining light and a halo. They want Sturgeon to return. They want Nicola, Saint Nick, Queen Nick to come back and take her rightful place as Emperor of Scotland. Talk about a reversal of fortune. But the party, they say, have never had it so good as when they had Nicola in charge. Everything has gone completely tits up since she left. Anything that was happening at the time seems to have been forgotten about in the mind of the public. It hasn't. But they say, water under the bridge. We'll move along. And we'll let this time, John Swinney can go off to pasture, chew the cud, go to stud, and just, disappear into obscurity of retirement and be held as one of the elder statesmen of the party, occasionally brought up in hushed tones, as though he was the greatest thing since sliced haggis. And then they'll bring back Cranky to rule with an iron grip once more, to give that basilisk eye when someone says something and she looks and glares at them in much the way my mother used to do when I was a child. It is not impossible. They are actively pushing it. They're actively looking. Now, she, of course, was arrested and questioned, released, unharmed, uncharged. That's Operation Branch form. The police have committed to say that she's not off the hook. She's still a person of interest. And, of course, there's Operation Copa with her and Freeman being investigated over potential corporate murder of over 10,000 people. And this is the woman they want to bring back to lead the party. I think it would be brilliant. I think as... I don't know how to put this. As a YouTuber, this is money in the bank. This is music to my ears. This would create 1 million views, honestly, if this was absolutely going to happen. Now, the thing is, it's serious. This isn't just a vague rumour. This is being floated. There are people questioning, is this the right move? And ever since, basically, the whole debacle over Flynn, the 2 jobs, the wanting to take seats away from sitting SNP people, women particularly, he has blown it, apparently. And so they bring her back. She's the core, isn't she? She's the core of the party. She's the uber nationalist. She has the cult. I mean, and it's not exaggerating to say that. This woman is a cult leader. She is the high priestess of the SNP. You know, all praise the Empress, all praise Queen Nick. They bow down before her. They wilt in her presence. Grown men shrink from her. I mean, and I've said all along, she's an awful, awful woman. I absolutely loathe her. But she's a brilliant politician, cannot be denied. And she does have force of personality. I'm not admiring her. Like I say, I absolutely loathe her. But you cannot take away that. She ruled that party. She had it in a vice-like grip. Nobody stepped out of line. Nobody dared. Now, when Humza Yousaf took over, everybody just ignored him. He might have been the man in the big seat, but he was only keeping the big seat warm. Nobody gave him the respect or authority that the position should have commanded. But then he wasn't a leader. He never was. He hung on her coattails. And he's like the bully's mate, alone, wastrel, weak. But when he's sitting behind the bully, he's going, yeah, see, one of them. But she's back. And it is, quite literally, Scudder Campbell country here, isn't it? I'm back, in she goes. Almost, the theme from Darth Vader's theme, walking down the corridor, dun, 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 to take her rightful place, get the big swivelly chair, send the fleet to the far side of Endor, She is that character. She is there. She is the Palpatine of well, not the Highlands, far from it, but she's the Palpatine of Govern, isn't she? And for her to come back, the only problem is, given how weak Labour is, it would probably renew the SNP. Seriously. I think a lot of people who've sort of shifted away from the SNP would go back, and it would mean the SNP were stronger. Not well liked, just stronger. I don't think they'd get, again, this is again speculation, I don't think they'd have a majority. And given how many seats Reform are likely to pull, and the votes, I think it would change everything. It would absolutely change everything. So I do hope she doesn't, in terms of what's good for Scotland. But I think absolutely it would benefit the SNP, and I hope it doesn't. Jesus Christ, I hope it doesn't. She is a black heart. I've always said this. She is a horrible, dangerous woman, but they want her back. God help us all. Watch this space, because I have a feeling that this is going to be something that happens. She wouldn't allow anyone to run up £11,000 worth of wank bill, would she? He'd have been fired day one. Ruthless woman. Anyway, till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I told you, blow your mind. Can you imagine Sturgeon back from the grave? Bye.